Neverland, written in 1954, or by Julie Styne, Betty Comden, and Adolf Green, written for the musical Peter Pan, sometimes called Peter Pan Jr., made famous by the TV show with Mary Martin. I played in the key of C. I'm mainly playing just bass notes and melody notes. Sometimes I'll add a couple little chord notes in the middle there, but it's mainly just bass and melody notes. So it's a two-string song. And this first run starts with a C chord, hitting a G and an E for your melody, and then it goes to a G chord, and here you hit a D for your melody on your second string, and an A up here on your first string on the 5th fret, and then back again to a C, hitting a G, E for your melody, and then you go to an F minor, hitting a D for your melody. So these first 4 chords are, this next run is, and what that is 2 single notes, E, F, and then for the bass you're hitting an E minor, so for the bass you're hitting an E, for the melody it's G, E, and then you're hitting an A in the bass while you're hitting a D for your melody. And the melody is D, C. And then you go to an E for your melody, and it's an F sharp for your bass. And then it's an F for your bass with no melody, because you're holding this E note. A single D note and move on to the next set. So far, these first 2 runs are, then you move to a C chord, C run, you start with a C chord and a C on your second string, 1st fret, and then A, G, E, C. And then you go to a B flat chord, hitting your 3rd string as your melody note, and then G, F, hold that F, E, F, and then you go back to a C chord, and that's G, E, D, C, a D chord, which is a D major chord, hitting your D note for your melody, and then you go to a G chord, hitting a D note for your melody, and the G7th chord to fill in the space. And then you start the whole thing over. So this run looks like this. And then hit a G note and start the whole thing over. This time it's a little different ending. C, D, G, C. And then you move into the break. And a C note and move up here to a B flat. And you move up here to this E flat. And the melody on the E flat is 2nd string, 8th fret, 9th fret, and then you move to an E flat minor when you hit your 1st string there on the 6th fret. And then come back down, and then to a B flat chord. Hitting your 2nd string as your melody. So that E flat run is. And then you repeat the E flat part and go to a C minor. And that's 1st string, 2nd string, and then you go to a D flat chord, hitting your 2nd string as your melody. So this whole E flat run is. And then you move down to a C chord and walk up the 1st string, E, F, G, G sharp, and then when you get to the A note on the 1st string, you did an A minor chord, which is just fretted on the first 3 strings and with an A in the bass. And then you ended up with this F run. And that's an F chord up here. Looks like a D, but it's up here on the 5th fret. Hitting the A as your melody, G, F, D, and then D in the bass, G, F, D, and then to the G chord, hitting a D for your melody. And then you start the whole thing over.